3D Battles of World Runner is the ridiculously named game released in 1987 for the Nintendo Entertainment System by RPG Maniacs Square. The game is played in a third-person perspective with you taking control of a space cowboy. Yes, they exist, just like Jamiroquai told you. In this case, you're called Jack, because apparently the Imagination team was on their lunch when they named the hero, who, by the way, is on a mission to save various planets from some evil snake-like bastards. The game is an on-rails style of game, so the screen is constantly scrolling forward, and although you can slow your pace down, you can't actually stop at all. You can, however, move left and right freely, which is handy as you have no weapons for the most part. So you spend each level running forward, jumping large chasms and dodging enemies. The controls for this are very responsive, and the game scrolls very smoothly, which is actually pretty surprising. Sometimes you may find that the controls can be a little too responsive though, and it can be too easy to move far to the one side, meaning you can run into an enemy, or meaning you can miss items that are dotted around the levels. And also, as the world is full of all kinds of bottomless chasms, you can also fall just straight to the bottom of one of those. Speaking of the items, there are only actually 2 items, which are the stars, which at the end of each level will give you bonus points, and as we all know, points mean prizes, which in this game come in the form of extra lives. And the other item is a balloon, which takes you to the bonus level, which involves running and getting more stars, which will give you more bonus points. And as we all know, the levels themselves are pretty long, and as there are 8 of them, it will take some practice to get to see them all. They each have a different background, and for the most part, a variety of creatures and obstacles to avoid by dodging left and right or by jumping over them, as good old Space Jack can apparently jump 1,000,000 into the air. The end of each level brings you up against a serpent-like boss, all of which are basically the same, but with a skin change. And it's at this point that Jack decides he can fly, and also he has a gun. And it was at this point that I decided he was a bit of an asshole. And when I beat the boss, he definitely confirmed this by promptly giving me the finger. Then I realised he'd been giving me the finger the whole time, just down in the corner. What a douche. Lucky for Jack, this game is a good one. It's hard as there are no continues and you do only get a handful of lives. Getting through each of the stages can be really tricky. But now I sort of want the bad guys to kick Jack's ass. Cocky bastard.